In this video, I've compiled 24 checks that make up your guide to success when dating a Filipina to keep you on track as you move through the relationship. Obviously, the longer that you've been in the relationship, the more things you'll be able to check off. The idea is to give you some direction as to the things you should be looking out for to know if indeed she's a genuine woman or not, and to also give you more confidence whilst in a long-distance relationship. Be sure to honestly self-evaluate where you're up to and what checks I've listed here that you think you need to follow up on to help your relationship move forward. And after doing this, if you still have any concerns and you would like my friends at Love Guardians to run some legal searches to make a determination if your Filipina is likely to be genuine or not, then be sure to check out my affiliate link in the pinned comment and description. So no playing around here, and let's dive right into the checklist. Check number 1 is your age versus her age. Do you feel totally comfortable and at ease with any age difference, if in fact there's any at all? Or are there any nagging little doubts that creep into your mind? If you have any doubts, even if they're very small, they're most likely still worth examining just to find out why they may be creeping into your mind. But if you're totally comfortable, then that's a great start. Check number 2 is how long have you known each other for? Obviously, the longer you've been chatting together, the more comfortable you should be with each other, and the more trust in each other should be building over time. If the trust is not building, or you have lingering doubts, then you need to have a look at why this may be so. Check number 3 is, have you met in person yet? If under 6 months, then that's fairly normal, and especially right now with the borders being closed, which none of us can do much about that. Check number 4 is, have you and your Filipina made any firm plans around when you'll meet in person for the first time? Even if it's saying, as soon as the borders reopen, you'll be there. This is certainly something that should be discussed, so your Filipina isn't left wondering if you'll ever show up. Check number 5 is, has she ever asked or hinted for money? I always say that a genuine Filipina is a proud and independent woman who got on fine in life before you entered the picture. If your Filipina asks or hints for money, then to me at least, I'd be thinking hard on that. Check number 6 is, did you actually send her money before meeting her in person? Now I know with COVID in recent times, many caring guys just want to help out in some small way, which I totally understand. But any more than a few thousand pesos here and there may be considered too much when the two of you have never met in person, which by the way, can be a very big difference to chatting online. Just be very careful here not to get taken advantage of, and be sure to really think about this one. Check number 7 is, how many times a week do you guys video chat? It's very common that couples chat almost every day, even if both have busy lives with work, etc. And as time in the relationship goes on, some couples still maintain that daily level of communication, and others may drop to several times a week. The main point here is that the two of you should still be looking forward to catching up with one another and having a genuine interest in what each of you have been doing in your lives. Check number 8. Is she always online when she says she will be? Or does she often not show up and then is always making excuses? I think you guys know what this means should it be happening on a fairly regular basis. Check number 9. Has the stories she's told you always remain the same, or do they have variations from one day to the next? Clearly, a story that changes rings alarm bells. Check number 10. Have you noticed any red flags or things that made you question her, but you decided then to give her the benefit of the doubt? If you had noticed anything but dismissed it, then my advice is to keep your eyes wide open from now on. Check number 11. Have you asked her for a Senama, which is commonly known as a certificate of no marriage in the Philippines? And if so, did she have problems getting it and showing it to you? Or did she make excuses or continually delay getting it? Make no mistake that Senamas are important, as they'll show if a Filipina is single or if she's married. And this should be a great concern for a foreign guy due to adultery laws in the Philippines. Check number 12. Is she open and upfront with you about her past life, including her childhood, family, and past relationships? Part of a growing relationship, as time moves on, is about revealing more about the intimate parts of your lives to each other. Now, certainly one doesn't expect these details to come out in the first month, but as time goes by, sharing these things are what connects two people and lays a solid foundation of understanding and trust. Check number 13. Does she often change the subject quickly or have to suddenly leave the video chat with literally a second or two's notice? You must know that this could indicate that she's avoiding a certain subject, or possibly she leaves quickly because there's something or someone she doesn't want you to see. Check number 14. Is she happy and excited to show you part of her life via camera? In other words, does she chat to you whilst doing things around the house, or even just walk around showing you where she lives, or does she try and hide this from you? In a long-distance relationship, it's really important to make each other feel as close to one another as possible. And by inviting them into your home via camera, certainly this will help to create a feeling of being closer together. Check number 15. Has your gut feeling ever made you question her motives? If so, then pay attention and start to look at why you've been ignoring your gut feelings, as they can be trying to tell you something that your conscious brain is ignoring. Check number 16. Does she expect you to make all the conversation? Now, I know some Filipinas may be shy at the start of a relationship, which is okay, but over time, one would expect the Filipina to start to open up more and be able to add to the conversation if she's truly interested in you. Check number 17 is especially in the very early stages when you guys are mostly texting via Messenger. And that is, does she often take a long time to reply between messages? If it's just a one-off thing every now and then I say no issue. But if it's rather common, then possibly it's because she's chatting to more than one man at a time, and that should certainly get you thinking. Check number 18. Has she introduced you to her family and friends via video chat, even if it's rather quickly and just to say hello? A genuine Filipino will be proud and excited to show you off to her family and friends, and typically, a non-genuine Filipina won't be so forthcoming. Check number 19. Has she added you to her Facebook page where you can see all her relatives and friends? Or does she avoid adding you or hide the friends list so you can't see? Again, a genuine Filipina will be excited for you to be on her Facebook page where you can interact with her family and friends. Maybe not after a day or two, but certainly after a month or so. Check number 20. Does her Facebook page look natural? What I mean is when you look back over her posts, is there real interaction from real people, or does no one ever seem to reply or acknowledge her posts? And you want to be paying close attention to who's on her friends lists. Are there many foreign guys? A mix or mostly Filipinos? And was the account created just before you met her, or does it go back some time? These are all things to certainly pay attention to here. Check number 21. Are her social media pictures all consistent with what sort of lifestyle she tells you she has? For example, if she tells you she isn't working and may live a very basic life, yet she's carrying around a rather expensive smartphone, taking selfies, or wearing many clothes that may be very stylish, then the alarm bells should be ringing. You must know that many Filipinas do live a basic lifestyle and certainly don't have a wide range of clothes, especially the more stylish clothes. Check number 22. Does she give you her full attention when chatting, or does she seem rather distracted? Now, this may or may not mean something. It could be that she gets easily distracted, especially if she lives in a busy household, or it could also mean someone's in the background telling her what to say. So be sure to stay observant around this. Check number 23. Using your life's experience and observation skills, does she seem genuinely interested in what you have to say? Check number 24. Does her body language match what she's actually saying? If what she says isn't matching her facial expressions, for example, then you may want to examine this a little more. So how did you go with this Dating a Filipina checklist? Be sure to let me know in the comments. And if you'd like more valuable information around dating a Filipina, then be sure to check out the playlist on screen now, as it could very well change your life. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.